What is up, guys? Nintenjoel here once again, and it is time for Pickups episode number 60? 60? Really? That's a freaking lot. I've done a lot of Pickup episodes. Proud to say. So, I got all kinds of crazy stuff for you guys today. There's DS games, and there's imports. There's even a couple movies, and, yeah, there's like a box and a freaking manual and a case that I've been meaning to get for a long time. No crazy standout game this time, but that's not what it's all about. This is about games that I want. Games I want to play, especially RPGs. There's lots of RPGs in here too, but there's also non-RPGs, so there's pretty much something for everybody in this episode. But yeah, we're going to start off with the movies first. I got these from a local thrift store, and man, they were like $1 or $2 each? I can't remember. They were cheap as hell, but they're in great condition. First of all, we have Final Fantasy VII, the 2-disc special edition, Advent Children, which is really cool. Doesn't have a manual or anything. I'm not actually sure it comes with a manual, and there was probably a slipcase or something, but glad to have that. That's a fun movie. It's not like the greatest video game movie ever made, or even the greatest animation ever made, but it's entertaining, and that's what counts. I like it, so... but the one I was really after... And actually, you know what? This one was not from a pawn shop. This was from, pretty sure, a game store in Newport, actually. So this probably should be in the next Pickup episode, because there was a couple games from there, too. But that's okay. I'll show the movies together. But yeah, this was from a game store in Newport. Can't remember the name. It's not Recycle Games, though. The Recycle Games up there was freaking horrendous. But Silent Hill. Very, very good movie. I mean, even if you didn't know this is a video game movie, this is an excellent horror movie. It is just creepy as hell. There's so many good scenes in it. When he rips the chick's skin off and he throws it against the church doors is just freaking so good. This is like just a crazy, crazy nightmare. And in my opinion, the best video game movie that has ever come out. I can't think of another video game movie that's better than this. I really can't. I know a lot of people really love the Mortal Kombat movies, and I do like the first one, but it's nothing compared to Silent Hill. Silent Hill stands on its own, whether it's a video game movie or not. It's just an excellent, excellent horror movie, and I recommend it to anybody that's never seen it, as long as you don't, you know, get easily disturbed, because it's a pretty disturbing movie. But yeah, very happy to have that back. I used to have it, and I don't know what happened to the copy. One of the many moves got lost, along with some other DVDs, which really sucks, but good to get those two movies. I did get one NES game, and that is Image Fight. Been after Image Fight for a little while. It's not anything like crazy rare, but it's kind of uncommon, and it's in really good shape. And I traded my Bionic Commando to a dude named Brant, or Brant, not sure how you pronounce it, because it's got the D in the name, but I think it's Brant. But anyways, I traded him my Bionic Commando because I had just gotten the Capcom mini mix that I got in the last episode, which has Bionic Commando in it. And Bionic Commando I see way more often, and he really wanted it. I guess it's a game that he's just never been able to get, and Image Fight is one that I've never been able to get, so it worked out great. Image Fight is an overhead shooter. I think it's overhead. Yeah, it's an overhead shooter, and it's pretty fun. I think it's an overhead shooter. Pretty sure I played it. I know I played it. I'm just trying to remember exactly what it was. Pretty sure it was an overhead shooter. Anyways, did another trade with Tim, or Timothy, from Southern Order Retro Gamers, and this was just kind of to even the amount up. I don't remember why. I think maybe I was trying to spend a certain amount, and plus shipping. Anyways, this kind of got thrown in. But Yoshi's Island, I used to actually have a complete box copy of this, but it was the Player's Choice or whatever it is on Game Boy Advance. I sold that for whatever reason, probably just because I have regular Yoshi's Island on Super Nintendo, but cool to get it on Game Boy Advance loose again. Not really sure if I'm keeping it or if it's going to be trade fodder later on. Might keep it though. Kind of a neat game to play on the go. And then the main thing I was after from him wasn't even a game. It's a box and all the innards, all the manuals, and the little inside cardboard thing, and it's even got the little plastic that the Game Boy Advance game goes into, but it's Advance Wars 2, Black Hole Rising. Hell yeah, really into the Advance Wars series lately, since I'm into tactical RPGs now, and I have one on DS, complete in box. I need the other one complete in box, and then I have the other one on Game Boy Advance loose, so it'd be nice to get the box for that too, but this is cool, nice start. But thank you very much for that, Tim. Freaking awesome. I think that was $20 for both of those things together. Shipped, so not bad. Oh man, here's one that I was just stoked to get. Or maybe I should split up my imports a little bit here. I got 2 stacks of imports. not stacks, but I got 4 Super Famicom games and 3 Famicom games. So let's split it up a little bit. I'll do my Super Famicom games first. First of all, we got Civalian, which is a pretty cool game. It's kind of, sort of, a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up, except for you're a dragon, and you bounce off the walls and stuff, and you breathe fire instead of having shoot 'em up powers, I guess? Like lasers and bombs and stuff like that. You just breathe fire from your mouth, and you can only keep a large flame for a certain amount of time. That kind of reminds me of Elysia Dragoon a little bit, where you have to like kind of pulse the button, and you can't use it too often, otherwise your attack gets shorter in range, or less powerful, in Elysia Dragoon's case at least. But Civalian's a very interesting game. It's really not like anything you've ever seen before, because it's not quite a shoot 'em up. It kind of reminds me of Subterranea on Genesis, the way you're bouncing around on the walls, and it's just weird. It's a very strange game, but pretty cool. I won this in an auction for fairly cheap. Don't remember exactly how much, $7 or $8. Really good deal though. So definitely a cool game. No translation needed. Okay, so this one, haha, so stoked about this. Der Langrisser, tactical RPG for Super Nintendo, well, Super Famicom, that we never got in America, and this is the sequel to the first Langrisser game, which in America is known as Warsong on the Genesis. And this does have a translation. However, I had to get a friend of mine, not a friend of mine, but I mean, he got a hold of me through my channel. I don't really know him or anything, but he's already helped me out a ton. I was having trouble with a few translations. This guy takes existing translations that work for ROMs, and he fixes them to work on a Retron 5. So this guy is doing, like, God's work, man. This guy is awesome. So you can see my conversation with him and where this all started on my last video, which was not a pickup video. My last video was applying translation patches to the Retron 5, which was criminally underwatched. But I have the feeling that video might get a little popular later on. But if you want to know how to patch translations to the Retron 5, go check out my last video, and also check out the comments where he's talking about fixing these patches. This is one of the games where I could not get the patch to work, and then he had a list of games that he had fixed patches for, and this was one of them. So, yes, you rule, dude. You rule. So good. So good. Anyways, this one, same story, actually. This was another one. There was a bunch in this pickup that did not work, and they were all cheapos, so it wasn't that big of a loss, but it was pretty disappointing. Well, they all pretty much work. Tactics Ogre was the second one. He says it's not an issue with the patches necessarily. There are different versions of the boards in each one of these. You know, kind of like back in the day, the black box games originally were Famicom carts with an adapter, so technically one gyromite from a different gyromite, they might be two different boards. Well, not necessarily will a patch work for both versions of a game, or sometimes 3 versions of a game. And in Tactics Ogre's case, Der Langrisser's case, Front Mission's case, and a few other games, there were different boards available, and therefore different versions of translations might need to be used. So it's not necessarily a different version of a translation. He explained that it's more a different version of a board that needs a specific version of the translation patch to it. So anyways, that's the explanation in a nutshell. But Tactics Ogre let us cling together. Another tactical RPG that we did not get in America. We got Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen, which is pretty awesome too. But this is quite different, and one I'm very excited to play. This one had no trouble patching at all. Record of Lodos War. Some of you guys may be familiar with this through the Dreamcast version, but also there is an anime, apparently, that I've never seen, but a lot of people, when I posted this on my gaming group, were like, holy crap, Record of Lodos War, I've watched the anime, and apparently it's a very good anime, so I need to check that out. I actually know somebody that wants this, Roaming Dan, so we might be doing a trade for this, because I'm not too attached to it, and he used to watch the anime, so that's pretty cool. We were just talking about that today, right before I filmed this, so... Okay, so here's another one that was a problem patch, or maybe a problem board, really, and this is Shell Monster Story. It's Kayuken Monogatari? Kayuki-sen, or something like that, Monogatari, but yeah, this game is basically a Dragon Warrior clone, and really cool. Okay, he did get the patch to work on this one, he does have a fix for this one, but I think something's wrong with my cart. It freezes up after a while, and but from what I can play, it is translated, so I don't think it has anything to do with his patch. But yeah, I think there might be something wrong with this cart, or maybe it just needs to be cleaned. Problem is Famicom carts are not easy to clean. So, you know, I was supposed to do these in sections, So I'm going to go ahead and switch up gears here, leaving the 2 last Famicom games for last. But I did get some DS and 3DS stuff here that I'm super excited. This is honestly, you guys are going to laugh, but this is the thing I'm most excited for in this episode, and that is the case and manual to Luminous Arc 2. This does not have the slipcover box that I think it came with, and it does not have the CD. I don't care. I just want this on my shelf instead of having a loose cart, and this was definitely one of the hardest ones to find. But it is nice and complete as far as, you know, not the music CD or anything like that. But Luminous Arc 2, another awesome strategy RPG, and something that I will definitely look at and play more because I could see it on my shelf as opposed to this little case set aside somewhere else. So that is rad. This was $12 shipped on eBay. It was originally put at $15, but I gave them a best offer and they took it right away. So that's pretty awesome. Now I only have one more DS game to complete, and that is Rainbow Islands Revolution. So if you see that game, like case and manual, I need that. Even if you see a complete in-box copy, I might need it. Maybe we can do a trade or something like that. Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story. Oh man, I am not actually sure where I got this from. I think I got this from the Parts and Pieces group, so it was just a random dude, so I don't feel too bad that I didn't name him. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Sorry, dude, if you happen to be watching this, but I don't think he's a watcher of my channel. It was just a dude that was on a Facebook group. But Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story. This is actually the case from that dude, which was just a few bucks, or $4 or $5, something like that. No manual, so I am looking for the manual for this, but I got the game recently from, I want to say a pawn shop, but I'm not positive about that. But anyways, pretty cool. Mario games are pretty awesome. The DS, RPG Marios, any of the RPG Marios are awesome. I got this with something else, and I can't remember what. Maybe not. Trauma Center, Under the Knife. Oh, no, I didn't. That's right. I remember meeting these people. It was like $7. It's complete in box. Love the Trauma Center games, and that was definitely a good deal. Atlas game, point and click, do surgeries. Just one of the most innovative and greatest uses for a stylus ever. And there are Wii games, and you can use the Wii mode for that too. So whether you're going with Wii or you're going with DS, if you've never played a Trauma Center game, prepare to be addicted. It's a game that you might not think you would like, but doing surgeries with a stylus is just so fun. And then the last thing I got DS-wise, 3DS actually, we got Bravely Second End Layer. So stoked about this. I got this from my buddy Richard. We've done many trades before, and yeah, it's pretty cool. This one did not come with the manual originally. It's one of those electronic manuals, so this is complete in box. But the second Bravely Default. That's awesome. Been after this game for a while. I need to play the first one more. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. Adding to my RPG and DS/3DS collection. Always welcome. Okay, 2 more games. Like I said, nothing crazy at all, but still really cool. First of all, this is probably my favorite looking cart in the world, and it's Saint Seiya, and this is a Bandai cart, and it's a side-scrolling RPG, and I believe it was my buddy Phobia that was like, is that Saint Seiya? I used to watch that cartoon as a kid a long time ago, I think it was anime, and I had no idea, so he was surprised, because he had no idea there was a game, I had no idea there was anime, but this was the last problem cart translation that he had fixed for me. I could not get the translation for this one to work, and he actually got this one working for me as a request, same with this one, so really awesome. He actually did fix one more for me, but I showed it in a pickup episode, many pickups ago. It was Juve Quest for Famicom, slightly bigger cart. So thank you so much, dude. I can't remember your name. Maybe I could look up your channel real quick while I'm showing this last thing off. Actually, I don't know if he had a channel. He just had a site, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link to that site below. It's you can download through Mediafire, and that's where all the patches were. And they were already in ISP format, or IPS. I think it's IPS format, which is good because some of those patches come in a different format, and they will not even be recognized by the Retron, so it's so helpful. I'm looking it up right now, but the last game I have for you guys, dun dun dun, oh wait, his name is R9 Delta. Thank you very much, R9 Delta, you kick ass, and yeah, it's a Mediafire.com site. Anyways, last game I have for you guys, not the greatest condition actually, but Bomberman 2 on Famicom. Man, you want to save yourself $100? Get Bomberman 2 on Famicom rather than NES. This game's amazing. It's very fun. Hard as hell. Always blow myself up. I suck at Bomberman games, despite the fact that I love them. But it's got a little bit of wrinkle here, and the back is totally faded or charred or something. I don't care. This is $100 cheaper than you can get the NES version for. So that is rad, and that finishes up pickups number 60. All kinds of good stuff, variety of stuff. What was your favorite pickup? What have you guys gotten recently? What was the best pickup that you've gotten recently? Let me know in the comments below. I'm actually very curious. And yeah, what was your favorite pickup that I got this time? Got some crazy, crazy RPGs. And what do you think about that translation fix? That is so cool. It just fixed 5 games of mine at least. I have one more that doesn't have a working patch, but I can't remember which card it does. I have to go back through because it was a platformer, and I have quite a few platformers for Famicom, but yeah, I'm going to see if I can get that fixed. He had a fix for Front Mission on there too, so crazy, crazy stuff. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think of that. If you like the video, subscribe, that'd be awesome. Give a thumbs up, that'd be awesome too, and share it. Lost art of sharing. But yeah, that'd be rad. Thank you very much for watching through 60 pickup episodes. That is crazy. Hopefully we'll do another 40 and get to 100. That'd be sweet. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Keep rocking the retro games.